You see, we're not people of fear, we're people of faith. We walk by faith. You know, faith and sight are two different creatures. You see, sight has limitations. Faith ain't got no limitations. Sight stop at the end of this building, but faith go beyond the walls. Sight will have you filling out an application, applying for a job, but faith will have you cashing your first check. Sight will have you applying for a home loan, but faith will have you moving in the house. Sight will have you applying for a student loan, but faith will have you walking the stage getting your degree. Sight will have you going up for surgery, but faith will have you back home healed. Do I have a witness here? Yeah, the Bible said, the just shall live by faith. Have I got any faith walkers in this house? Don't care how dark the situation may be, you gotta walk on. Don't hold me a moment. By faith. Number one, I'm gonna walk. Number two, I'm not gonna fear. But number three, I'm going through. Y'all don't hear me. Help me say, I'm going through. You hear people sometimes say, pray for me, honey, I'm going through. But it ought not to be a complaint. It ought to be a testimony. Because going, you ain't gonna walk through, is a preposition. A preposition is a prepossession, which means where I am now is not where I'm going to end up. In other words, it's a comma in my life and not a period. You know, folks say this is a period in your life. No, ain't no period, it's a comma. I'm just here resting to move on a little further because God is not through with me yet. God got something else in store for me. Talk to me, somebody. Yeah, I may be weighed down, but I'm going through. Yeah, I may not be able to run like I ought to run, but I'm determined to go through. Yeah, number one, I need to accept the reality of the valley. Secondly, announce my response in the valley. But thirdly, I need to acknowledge my resources. Because even though I'm in the valley, I'm not there by myself. I've got some resources. Several weeks ago, I was flying from Memphis to Los Angeles, California. Had a little flight attendant, got a little fresh with me. She weighed about 110 pounds. I tried to grab her and choke her. I knew I could do it because I've been working out in the gym. But I knew if I choked her, she was going to go up and tell the pilot. I watched him when he got on the plane. He weighed about 180. I knew I could take him. Yeah. He got old. I knew I could just hit him in the throat. That meant all she wrote with him. But I spotted a sky pilot, sky patrolman on the plane. I knew the pilot was going to tell the sky officer. He weighed about 210. I knew I could take him. Yeah, but I knew if I got him out, he was going to call Los Angeles, California, and have the police department waiting on me when I got there, because I knew he had some backup. Well, every child of God, whether you know it or not, you got backup. Yeah. Folk look at you and think you're traveling by yourself. But you got to tell people, I might look like I'm by myself, but I got some backup. Have I got a witness here? Watch what he said. He said, for thou, and whenever you see a text with tension in the text, you can go forward or back up, and the Bible would explain this there. Who is this thou person? Let's go up to verse 5. It said, thou, prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemy. But let's back up to verse 3. He restored my soul. He lead me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Let's back up to 2. He make me lie down in green pastures. He lead me beside still water. Well, let's back up to 1. The Lord. There he is. You know him, don't you? The Lord that came from nowhere, stood on the platform of nothing, reached to nowhere, and cause something while standing on nothing. The Lord that painted the sky blue without using a step ladder, took an eternal brush and painted a rainbow in the sky, took the rainbow, weaved it into a scarf, threw it on the shoulders of a dying stone. The Lord that gave the hyena his leg, gave the dog his bark, gave the worm his wiggle, gave the bee his buzz. The Lord that taught the kangaroo how to hop, tied a bow tie around the turkey's neck, whispered into the ear of the wild geese, and gave them landing rights down south. The Lord, he's better than good. He's sweeter than honey. He's mightier than a round. He's purer than water. He's clearer than a crystal. The Lord, he's too omnipresent to be absent. He's too omniscient to be weak, too omniscient to be dumb. He's too punctual to be late. He's too exact to error. He's too holy to be defiled. He's too good to be mean. He's too loving not to care. Too strong to be weak. Somebody here know him. I got backup. Have I got a witness here? Shake somebody's hand. Say, neighbor, don't mess with me tonight. I got backup. We'll have a witness here. Witness here got backup. But now watch the text. When the Lord see you in trouble, God himself will change his position. Notice he started off in verse 2, leading us beside still water. In verse 3, he's leading us in the path of righteousness. And when you get it together, he get behind you. Because verse 6, he's behind us. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. But when I get in my belly, he's not ahead of me. He's not behind me, but he's right with me. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Have I got a witness him? I got one more thing. I'm saying I'll let you go. You know, in the English language, there's 3 different persons. First person, second person, and third person. First person is the one that's talking. Second person is the one he's talking to. The third person is the one he's talking about. Now in verse 2, He's in the third person. He make me lie down in green pastures. He lead me beside still water. In verse 3, he's in the third person. He restore my soul. He lead me to path of righteousness for his name's sake. But when he get to verse 4, he moved from the third person to the second person. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Can I tell you what they mean? As long as you in green pastures, you talk about the Lord. As long as you by still water, you talk about the Lord. As long as you're on the path of righteousness, you talk about the Lord. But when you get in your valley, instead of talking about him, you start talking to him. That's all I gotta tell you. I don't know about y'all. If it take a valley to get me to talk to the Lord, I tell the Lord, take me to the valley. Have I got to witness him? Because just a little talk with Jesus, it will. Don't have a witness. It will. Catch one hand. I'm finna let you go. Say, neighbor, you shaking hands